Hello everyone, this is Pranshu and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to see top 10 things that you need to set up on your Ubuntu machine before getting started with ROS. I have curated this list based upon my personal experience and by the experience of people who I have seen using ROS. I wish someone would have told me this when I was starting with ROS. But don't worry, I am here for you. And to support me, don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to my channel so that you get notified whenever I upload new videos on ROS. Short disclaimer, these points might seem very basic to you right now, but when they bug while working, it's really irritating. So do listen carefully and implement them before you get started. Also, in this video, I will be implementing these 10 things over Ubuntu 16.04. So if you haven't installed Ubuntu 16.04 yet, click right here, see how you can dual boot your PC with Ubuntu alongside Windows. And if you are using any other version of Ubuntu, most of the things may be similar, just a few things here and there. So you can debug it by yourself, that's not a big deal. So without any further delay, let's get started. The first very important step which we are going to do is turn off screen inactive settings from Ubuntu. The reason why we are doing so is because when we install any package for ROS or even any general package on Ubuntu, it may take some time. And if your screen turns inactive in that duration, the process stops there itself and you have to do all the steps again, and that's really hectic. So to avoid that, click on the settings button on the top right corner and go into system settings. Then open brightness and lock settings and change the time to never in turn screen off when inactive option. You can also play with other settings, which is turning off lock or lock screen after screen turns off, but this is what I usually prefer. And you are done. Your screen will not turn off now. Also, once it is done, it is a good practice to update and upgrade your Ubuntu. To do that, open up a new terminal and type in sudo apt-get update and sudo apt-get upgrade. Then type in your password. If you are a first-time Linux user, this might seem weird to you, but your password doesn't appear when you are typing. So just type it by your memory and hit enter. Also make sure you are connected to the internet and your update and upgrade will begin. It will ask you to type Y as permission first, then it will start upgrading. This may take a couple of minutes, so you can go and have a coffee or just leave it as it is. Your screen won't turn off now. So the other problem which you would have noticed after dual booting your PC is the time differences. So right now it's 1 PM over here, but on my Windows PC you can see the time is shown as 7:30 AM, which is wrong. So the one solution to solve this is keep on changing your time zone again and again, but that's not convenient. So the thing which you need to do is first check the time on your Ubuntu machine. It might be similar to what the current time is. Then open up a terminal and type in the command, which is time-ctl set local RTC1 -- adjust system clock and press enter. Once you do it, you can see the time on Ubuntu is similar to what was on Windows. Then boot back to your Windows machine and you can see time is same. So now go into the start and type in time and click on change time. Now if your computer is connected to the internet, just click on sync now and your time and date will be synced automatically. Whereas if you don't have an internet connection, turn off the above setting and click on change the date and time manually. Once you set them manually, then you can turn them on, and then your clock will be same on Windows as well as on Ubuntu. So generally while working on ROS, you have multiple tabs open at the same time. For example, one tab of your IDE where you might edit your code, and on the other tab you might be opening a terminal. There might be also robot simulations and visualization running simultaneously. Maybe a browser tab also which you might be using to refer to something. So it becomes hard to manage all these tabs on just one desktop. So to make our life easier, we have to just enable workspaces on Ubuntu. So to do this, go to the settings option on the top right corner and go into system settings. Click on appearance, then go into behavior. Check the enable workspace checkbox. Now icon of workspace will pop up in your taskbar. Workspace helps you to use one single monitor as multiple virtual monitors or displays. You can view all the displays at once by pressing Windows and S key together. Now you can navigate between these displays using arrow keys and then press enter to switch to a specific screen. You can even directly navigate between screens by pressing Ctrl, Alt and corresponding arrow key. So let's consider you have a browser open on this screen and a file browser on the other screen. So you can switch between multiple screens in whichever way you want and yet keep it organized. You can even shift application windows between workspaces by pressing Ctrl, Alt, Shift along with corresponding arrow key. So just like we work on multiple tabs and multiple windows, we also work on multiple terminals in ROS, and it might be difficult to manage all those terminals too. So the easiest way to manage your terminals is by installing Terminator. So install Terminator. Type this command in a terminal and hit enter. You may even need to press enter to continue. Next, type sudo apt-get install Terminator. And your installation of Terminator will begin. All the commands will be given down in the description. Once the Terminator is installed, if you open up a new terminal using Ctrl+Alt+T, you would find a slightly different terminal from that of Ubuntu. The main advantage of Terminator is that if you right click on it, then you can split the terminal horizontally or vertically according to your wish. And you can also add as much terminals as you want, and they snap cleanly with each other. Also, you can navigate through these different terminals by pressing Alt and corresponding arrow key. The red bar indicates the active terminal. One more thing I would like to add to this is go to your home folder and press Ctrl H. This will show all the hidden files. Search for .bashrc and open it. Then press Ctrl F to find in bashrc and look for force color prompt equals to yes, and remove the hash to uncomment it. Save the file, and now when you open a new terminal, you can see the color of username turn to green. You can even play with other colors by going into preferences. I will change mine and get back to you. So here I have set up my Terminator. Now to split a terminal vertically or horizontally, I don't need to use my mouse. Instead, I can do it using keyboard shortcuts. To do that, you can right click on any terminal and then go into preferences, then go into key binding, and you can change the key bindings for split horizontally and split vertically. You can even add new tabs in single terminal. So this is an easier way to manage all your terminal using Terminator. The next thing which we will be going to need is an IDE to edit our codes. You can use any IDE according to your wish, may it be Visual Studio or maybe Atom or anything else. My personal favorite is Sublime Text. To install Sublime Text, first download the file using wget command. The exact command are given in the description of the video. Run sudo apt-get update to add the Sublime package to all the package list, and then type sudo apt-get install Sublime Text. Once the installation is successful, type subl in your terminal and hit enter to open Sublime Text. You can also open it from the applications launcher by searching and then opening the same. Also after this we are going to install some Linux and Python packages which will be useful for working with ROS. Copy and paste the commands mentioned in the description of this video and enter your password. Press Y to allow the installation and let the process get complete. Simulation of your robot might be the one thing which attracts you towards ROS. So to work on those simulation we need Gazebo. To install Gazebo, open up a new terminal and type sudo apt-get install Gazebo 7 libgazebo 7 --. The star denotes that you want to install all the packages of that library. Press Y to continue the installation. This might take few moments, so let the installation get complete. After getting done with the simulation, obviously you need to make your own robot, and for making a robot you need a microcontroller. And when it comes to microcontroller, there is no better choice than Arduino. So to code the Arduino, we need the Arduino IDE. To install IDE, open your browser and search Arduino and head on to the Arduino software page. From there, select the Linux 64-bit installation file and download. It is downloaded in zip file format, so extract the file in the desired folder or maybe your home folder itself. After the extraction of the file, open up a terminal in the folder. Now type in sudo install.sh and enter your password. This will start the installation of IDE. The next thing which we are going to install is Git. Git will help you to clone repositories, libraries and codes of other developers onto your PC and make the most use of the open source community. To install Git, simply open up a new terminal and type sudo apt-get install git and hit enter. You might need to enter your password. In my case, it is already installed, but if you don't have it already, this installation process will start. While working on two operating systems, you might need access to both of their storage whenever needed. So to do so, boot into your Windows operating system and in the search bar, type power and sleep settings. There you will find the additional power settings. Select choose what the power button does and do change the settings that are currently unavailable. Make sure turn on fast startup is checked and hibernate is unchecked. So these are the 10 things which I do to set up a new machine for using ROS. With this done, you are a step closer to learning ROS. If you find these steps useful in your process of learning ROS, don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video. Also, in the next video, we are going to install ROS and set up our Capkin workspace. So to get notified whenever I release that video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon. Also, as discussed in my previous video, in this tutorial series we are going to focus on making our own robot using ROS, something like this. But I need your help in finding a good name for this robot. So if you have any name suggestions, don't forget to go on my Instagram where I have posted a poll for the name and comment what name should I give to this robot. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Peace.